Go guy. Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
My name is Johnny.
Johnny, how old are you?
I'm 26.
And what do you do?
So I'm a firefighter and I'm an officer in the Army Reserves.
Oh, nice. Okay, thank you for your service.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And what are some things you like to do for fun?
So I like to break up my hobbies into 4 different categories. So
Okay.
physical, intellectual, creative, and social. So for physical hobbies, I like to weightlift and run.
Nice.
For intellectual hobbies, I've been learning Spanish for 5 years and I
Okay.
like to read. And then for creative hobbies, I like photography and playing my guitar. And then social hobbies, I like to dance.
Okay, so 5 years. Are you fluent now?
Yes, I'm fluent.
Nice. Okay, all right. Anybody speak Spanish here? No, okay, we can't have you practice. Alrighty, can you say a little something?
Todo está bien conmigo. No me puedo quedar, especialmente con todas las chicas hermosas están aquí.
Period, whatever he said.
So
I
I
heard
said,
hermosa, so that's beautiful.
yeah, so I said, everything's good with me. I can't complain, especially with all the beautiful women here.
Hey, yes. All right, sorry, you were saying that's the intellectual. Uh-huh.
And then, so yeah, physical, weightlifting, running, intellectual, Spanish, reading, creative, photography, playing the guitar, and then social, I like to go dancing.
Nice. Okay. Now, what are some things you look for in a woman?
So I look for someone who's Christ-centered, have an authentic relationship with God, someone who take care of themselves.
Seeing.
Boop, boop, boop. Big up, big up. Yo, black man, what's happening, man? Peace. I'm back like I never left, man. You heard? Now, in this one, yo, you guys saw the black man, right? And yo, salute, big ups to him because I think that is a standard that black men should aspire to reach, right? The brother said he was a firefighter, Army Reserves. Now, as far as occupation, I'm not saying go and pursue the same career path he's pursuing, but he talked about how he has the physical, the intellectual, the creativity, and the social hobbies. And he sounds like a pretty well-rounded individual. Sound like he know what he wants in life, and he has a plan, right? Now, the brother mentioned how for his intellectual hobby, he is learning Spanish, and as you can see, he's pretty fluent in it, right? He said he's been studying for 5 years. That's a long time, and he's made good progress. Now, what I want to talk about in this video, because it's not really about him, I was just gonna go past this video because I actually tried to like it. I mentioned before I get my videos that I post on here from Instagram, so I was trying to like the video and I accidentally hit the comment section button. So then I got curious, right? I'm like, you know what? Let me just scroll through the comment section. So what you're looking at on the screen right now is the comment that really geared me to scroll through the comment section and just look. And this one particular woman you're looking at where you see the heart by her comment, I was thinking to myself, like, yo, why is she going so hard? You know what I mean? And he's learning Spanish because he likes Latinas. But he's on a Pop the Balloon show where the host specifically brings on black women. But he's learning Spanish because he likes Latinas. Hmm. Maybe the brother could be from a East Coast state where there's a bunch of Hispanic people. Maybe the brother could be living on the West Coast. If I'm not mistaken, the Pop the Balloon show is hosted in Phoenix, and Phoenix has a very large Hispanic population. California, very large Hispanic population. Nevada, Oregon, and Seattle, very large Hispanic populations. Even in Texas, again, large Hispanic populations, but yet he knows Spanish simply because he likes Latinas. You see what I'm talking about, bro? You see how they just don't like you, black men. That's the reality. Everything you do, they have to hyper criticize. Everything. Oh, he likes to work out. Oh, his dick little. Oh, he learning Spanish. Oh, he learning Thai. He learning Japanese. He learning Portuguese. Oh, because he likes non-black women. What? He likes to read. He's a square. He's a nerd. I made the video about Brother Ice, and he was on the Pop the Balloon show too. And all the woman kept talking about was, oh, he read books. Oh, when it's time to turn up, he gonna be reading books. Oh, I like to have fun, and he gonna be reading books. Like, shut the fuck up, man. Damn, hyper criticizing everything. You feel me? Hyper criticizing everything, man. You feel me? Then the dude said he liked to play guitar and he likes to dance. I mean, let's keep it a stack. When it comes to dancing with them, all they can do is twerk. You feel me? If you gonna dance with a Latina, at least Latinas, they can shake their hips. You feel me? Latinas can salsa, they can samba. What can you do? Bend over and touch your toes? Yeah, you feel me? And see, and then look, come on, cause I brought a couple screenshots with me, and this is what we're gonna talk about, right? So look, in the next comment, you see these guys talking about. He said at the very top, I think it's a guy. He said, "Duh, all men like Latinas." I haven't met a dude who doesn't like Latinas. You feel me? Because within the Latinas, you know, based upon the country she's from, they all have a different culture, right? You can go get you Dominican Latinas, Puerto Rican Latinas, Panamanian Latinas, Honduran, Nicaraguan, Bolivian, Colombian, Chilean, Peruvian, Argentinian, Brazilian, Uruguay. I don't know the actual term for the people of Uruguay, but Uruguayan women, if I'm saying that right, you have so many options amongst them. Okay, so what? You feel me? And then here she goes with a stereotypical comment. Stereotypical comment. Yup. They get their green card and run. Bro, I told you guys before, I'm Caribbean, right? The majority of foreigners do not care to be in America or any first world country. Most foreigners want to stay in their country. Yes, we all understand that if I migrate to America, if I migrate to the UK, if I migrate to Australia or New Zealand or any first world Anglophone country, yes, I can earn more money. And guess what foreigners do? My family did it. I know other foreign families, Caribbean families at that, who've done it. I know African families who've done it. I know Hispanic / Latino families who've done it. You come to America, earn your money, and guess what? You send your money back to your country. So guess what? I can go see. Think about this. Hold on. Before I say what I'm about to say, why would any woman from a second or third world country, right? Why would she leave the country that she's born and raised in, and she's marrying a gringo that can speak the language and elevate her from living in a impoverished environment and lifestyle, and her being with that man brings her and her family from poverty straight to upper middle class, if not rich / wealthy in her country by their standards. So she's gonna get a green card from this American or European citizen to go over to their country to live in poverty. Because the first thing a black woman gonna say, oh well, she could work. Bro, women been talking about this for the longest, for the last what, 50, 60, 70 years, of how it's not equal opportunity for women. They're still talking about the wage gap. Women don't make more money than men. Okay, maybe in some cases, in some states, within certain industries, yes, but that's not the majority of women. That's like only a small number of women working in very specific roles within these corporations. You feel me? And even then, why would a company hire her if her English isn't even up to par to work those kind of jobs to make that kind of money where she can be a strong and independent woman. Like, come on, bro. See, they don't think. They don't think. Most people don't want to leave their country. Why would I leave my country to come to America to be single? Just so what? Men can trick on me? They're not thinkers. They're not thinkers, bro. They're not thinkers. And as you can see, the comment below that one said, not according to the numbers. Most people don't want to leave their country. Most people, if they come to any first world country, it's strictly to work. Everybody knows first world countries are good for making money, but your everyday life is terrible. But anyways, they're just so concerned with, oh, I'm gonna bring her back to America. Only white men do that anyways. Black men don't bring their foreign wife back to America, maybe in some cases, but most guys have figured out, well, listen, I could live a way better life for myself and provide a better life for her if I stay in her country. Okay. But leave it to black women, they know everything, right? And then the guy at the bottom says maybe he uses it for his job, which is a good perspective because he might live on the East Coast. He might live on the West Coast where there's a large Hispanic / Latino community. So in the next comment, right, Mr. Blueberry 1010 says, ignorant comment. A lot of Latinas are born in the US. You're just mad because we can change up our hairstyle daily while you have to choose one for the month. You feel me? I've been told dudes, so listen, you guys still dealing with wigs and weaves, bad lace fronts, you know what I'm saying? Burnt off edges, forced baby hairs. Like, come on, dude. You guys are still dealing with like rubbish. You know what I mean? Like, at least if you go get you a Afro Latina, at least they actually wear their real hair, embrace it, and they love it too. You guys still dealing with blonde wigs. You feel me? Nah, we good. We good. And then look, the dude at the bottom said, but he is on a black show. So he knows Spanish, but you're just so convinced he knows Spanish for Latinas. That was his primary focus for knowing Spanish, is because he wants to talk to Latinas. Okay, you know what? So what? So what? So what? And I doubt it because look, if you learn Spanish, you open yourself up to 600 million possible connections, which means every country where they can speak Spanish, that's one place where you can, acquire a friendship, acquire a business relationship. And if you want a relationship, then that's open to you. So how is it as a man, because you're just opening up you're broadening your horizon. You're opening up the lane for you so you don't have to just walk down this one path. If I want to go left, I can go left. If I can go right, I can go right. If I want to bust a U-turn and then do a 180 drift around the curve, I can do that. You feel me? Like, but that's because they have one-track minds. You feel me? They have one-track minds. So of course, she expects you to have it as well. It's sickening, man. I'm telling you, it's sickening. You get to really see how they think about you and how they feel about you. Especially, see, this was Tyrone. First of all, Tyrone, he doesn't have those kind of similar interests. Tyrone doesn't read books. Tyrone was not interested in learning a language. Tyrone doesn't work out unless he's in prison. You feel me? Tyrone is not playing the guitar. Tyrone, he's not learning how to dance unless he's catching a twerk from a black woman. That's it. You feel me? If you fall in line with that, they have nothing bad to say about you because guess what? You fit the stereotypical black man. Now, in this comment right here, right, she said, you must not know how hair works because just because our hair or black, doesn't mean we can only change it for the month. You racist. He's not lying. Now, I mentioned before, right? If you go back a couple months, I made a video about my female best friends. My female best friends, all of them. Well, specifically, I could think about 3 females out of the 5, but those 3 females always, always wore their natural hair. Always wore their natural hair. That's something that black men have been saying to black women for the longest. I was born in 99, and I've had black men, older black men, tell me we've been complaining about this for years, way before you were born. Matter of fact, yo, my stepdad, my stepdad is in his 60s. You feel me? He said that we've been complaining about this for the longest. He told me he graduated high school in 1977. So you telling me black men been complaining about this since the 70s? Shit, probably in the 60s. Hey man, listen. Okay, so look. Next comment. You're the one saying Latinas just date for a green card. I didn't say anything about race. I said hair. You keep braising for a whole month according to your pictures. So IDK, the math ain't math. And listen, bro, we all went to high school with black women. We know. Listen, they keep the weave in for 2 months. They keep the braids in for 2 months. You feel me? They keep that blonde wig for 2 months, 3 months. Because guess what? That stuff isn't cheap. And that's why as you get older, that's why they want you to pay for it. Why do you think black women keep that same hairstyle for 2 and 3 months? Because it was expensive. I remember one of my female best friends was telling me, yo, listen, to get the wig by itself, a good wig at that, it's anywhere between $300 to $500. Then with the lace front and the install, you're paying another $300 to $500 just for the chick to keep a hairstyle for. And if they blow through money, which is why black women invest over $1 billion into the hair industry, right? They change the hairstyle every 2 weeks or something like that. So she's dropping racks, thousands on hair. You feel me? When a Latina can wear her hair naturally, and if she wants braids, okay, some quick braids. If she wants to wear pigtails or a ponytail, okay, that's quick. If she wants to wear it straight down or flat iron it and straighten it out, she can do that as well. You over here getting wigs and weave and all that other nonsense is costing you thousands of dollars. And again, you want the black men to pay for it because you're tired of paying for it for yourself because it's expensive. Just wear your natural hair. We've been saying this for the longest. Again, when black men get with non-black women, one thing you hear guys talk about is, listen, she wears her natural hair. That's somebody might say, oh, that's something so minute and small. But that's a big thing. That's a big thing. Natural hair. Yo, I know what black women hair is supposed to look like. It's not supposed to be blonde. It's not supposed to be straight like a white woman's hair. You feel me? I love the natural lion's mane texture. You feel me? I love it. Apparently, they don't love it. So guess what? I go somewhere where I can get natural. You feel me? You feel me? So moving to the next one. Taylor 8G said, and I bet they like him back. Ooh, I got a sting. Men should go and do what makes them successful. That includes women. Yes. That's why I tell you guys, listen, if you don't want to leave America for black men, especially if you're stuck in the South, but if you're already on the East Coast, if you're already on the West Coast, then you kind of already know what's good, bro. You see how you have the option to date other women. You don't have to be stuck with only black women. Now, when you're in the South, I'm not saying it's not possible to date non-black women, but the reality behind it is it's not as simple because the way how the South is set up is segregated. So blacks live on one side of town and Everybody else lives everywhere else besides the black side of town. Maybe a few people, but we know what's happened for real. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna just bump into a white girl at the store or at the gas station or at the bank. You know what I'm saying? Or even at the park. You have parks on your black side of town. She has parks on her white side of town. So again, I mentioned before, like in my previous video, it's about proximity, right? Now, you see the same black woman in her comment to Taylor said, not a problem, but it helps to learn the language of your type. Many men aren't putting in that effort for no reason without a purpose. Now, again, listen, if you do want to do the passport thing and go to a different country, you are 100% certain you have to learn the language. You cannot know, I'm sorry, you cannot move to a different country where there is a language barrier and think, okay, I'm gonna just get by learning speaking English. Even for the women who can possibly speak English in that country, you're still limiting your options because why? You can't communicate. And who's to say those women who can speak English, their English is on a level where it matches yours? You're a native English speaker. So of course her level of English won't be up to par with yours. But guess what? If you're willing to learn the language, that goes to show your level of investment into this culture. That's something that anybody, male or female, will appreciate because you took the time to learn. Listen, everybody knows it's hard to learn English, and everybody knows vice versa. Trying to learn another language and your first language is English is tough because, especially American English is very simplified. You feel me? You realize that our language, for somebody who's not an English speaker, it will be tough to learn. But then you also realize because our language is also so simple, and anybody who has tried to study another language, you realize really quick, American English or English in general is a very simple language. Everybody else's language is very complex, mainly because if it's not of a Latin origin, they automatically have a different alphabet. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Chinese and or the Japanese alphabet has over 100 letters. Listen, if I'm not mistaken, English, Spanish, and Portuguese have around 23 to 26 letters. So just off of that, I mean, we share a similar alphabet structure. So when you look at the words in Spanish and or Portuguese, you can actually read it somewhat. You might not know what the words mean, but you can at least read it, moderately, right? But again, like I said, man, she's just mad because people are pointing out just obvious things to her, man. Like I said, dude, I mentioned it before. It's a hatred towards you. It's disdain towards you, whether you want to accept it or not. Oh, I love black women. Oh, I love that blackness. Oh, I love that black skin. Ask yourself, does it love you? Feel me? Now, she said, to each his own. We don't care. It's just a waste of time to go on a show primarily of black women and pretend to prefer slash like them. How is he pretending to like black women? If the man didn't like black women, why would he go so far to reach out to the host and sign up, right? If he doesn't live in Phoenix, he had to pay for his own ticket to fly to Arizona just to go on the show, and he doesn't like black women. Come on. Come on. Come on. You feel me? Like, why can't a man he do you not understand there's a low level of intelligence among them? See, if you go online right now and type in what is the average IQ of black people, right? It's gonna say 85. See, I believe you know, let's say at the base level, it is 85. Of course, as you grow, if you apply yourself in certain ways, if you're the kind of person who seeks knowledge and intelligence, listen, that 85 will obviously rise into the 90s and into the 100s, right? But if you're surrounding yourself with people like them, the Tyrones and the Simps, and you got to remember the Tyrones and the Simps, they align themselves with black women. They look up to black women. They view other people, especially other black men, through the same lens that black women view other black men from, and even the world. So when you have her perspective on life, of course it's going to be a one track mind. Of course that 85 IQ will decrease down to 70, 75, which is basically the level of restarted. You know what I'm saying? Which is, I can't say the word on here, but she's basically restarted, or people of that level is restarted. You know what I'm saying? Or people of that level are restarted, right? But no, learning a second language, oh, it's strictly for the women. And as you see in the comment below her, he could be learning Spanish for a lot of reasons. It's not just to talk to women, but whatever narrative folks want to go with, right? Because that's the only thing in her mind that makes sense. Because you, as a black man, oh no, you're hungry. Oh no, all you care about is sex. Oh no, all you care about is women. Oh no, you don't care about nothing else, man. Listen, you didn't even give guys the opportunity to feel like that in most cases. Only Tyrone can sit here and really be concerned with, oh man, gotta get more sex. Oh, sex, man. Like, yo, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Keep it a stack. Anyways, next comment. And as you can see, she's arguing with everybody because everybody was attacking her, dude. It goes to show how, yo, they have a very disingenuous way of thinking. Like, you're just gonna automatically assume it's about Latinas. He already said he's in the military, which means he has Spanish or Spanish speaking comrades. Again, he might live in a state with a large Hispanic slash Latino community. So he has to interact with Spanish speakers all the time. But here we go, right here, right? She's talking about, I don't believe you. Actually, because you were so pressed to brag about how you learned it and you're a part of the community you're crying about. Goodbye, sir. You just can't prove not one point. And then the guy said, well, not the same guy, but somebody else commented, excuse me, or it's good to be bilingual in any job that you have. Again, she's concerned with somebody trying to try, again, she is concerned with someone trying to prove a point. She's trying to prove a point about, oh, you only learn, black men specifically, black men only learn a second language because of the women. Like I said, if any man has plans on doing the passport thing, and again, especially for black men, I mean, any man will recognize this because of common sense, but for black men who travel abroad, black men who have passports and they do their thing, first of all, you realize life outside of America is a whole lot easier. Even if you went somewhere and you still got the same reaction or the same treatment from the women, which it won't happen. But let's say you went to any other country on the planet and those women of that country treated you the same way black women in America treated you. Well, guess what? Okay, the women aspect might be dead, but guess what? You don't have to deal with the American lifestyle. You don't have to work as hard no more. Your money that you do bring with you, right? Whether you have a very large savings account, you have passive money coming in, you make autonomous money from working online. Guess what? Your currency still goes far in that country, which means you go from living either a middle class or upper middle class or maybe even a poverty class level in America straight to the upper class, upper middle class, or the rich, maybe even right into the top 10% of wealth in that country. So it's not just about women. Do we want an easier life? And again, if you X out the women, you can't live in a country where they don't speak English and think you're going to get by. Before you know it, all the money that you do have is going to get stolen from you because why? Every place is hitting you with the gringo tax. You feel me? But guess what? You don't know that because you can't communicate with nobody. You can't even make friends. So someone can explain to you they're overcharging you. But you're so concerned with women. I'm telling you, do it. It's because they want you to be a genetic dead end in the States. No, you're a black man and you don't fit the criteria of what we like about black men. So that means you can't even have kids. We don't even want you to think about women. All you need to do is just focus on earning money and spending it on single moms and women who don't like you. Get the fuck out of my face. Okay, last one. Last one, bro. I'm done. Most likely is because there were a lot of Spanish speakers in the army. Bro doesn't need to speak Spanish to get a Latina. And here she goes saying, nothing wrong with it, but most black men aren't doing it. I'm sorry, most black men are doing it for that girl. Oh my goodness. See, you see what I mean? They're just mad because they can't do it. The reality is, nobody wants to date black women. Even men of other races feel like, listen, if you like big ass and big titties, you feel me, and that's your thing, and we know that black women come equipped with that, right? Especially on the motherland. Most non-black men feel like, well, listen, if that's what you like, just pay for it for another woman. You feel me? Just don't try and get that in a black package. Other groups of men don't want black women simply because she's black. Simply because she's black. But yet, this is how black women talk about you. This is what they think about you. Look at how they treat you. So you would think that because other groups of men aren't looking for black women, and think about this, when black women do decide to date other groups of men, they go strictly for white men because they believe white men are God. They believe nobody's above white men. They don't even believe black men are above them. Anyways, again, another clear case, another prime example of what black women think about you, black men. Again, this kind of woman, she won't be on Pop the Balloon on the Pop the Balloon show, but she will definitely be in the comment section letting you guys know. Listen, how she really feels about you, how she really thinks about you, and guess what? A lot of black women align with that same level of thinking. A lot of black women believe that when you go overseas, your goal is to bring the woman back to America. Who? Why? 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 Why would I leave America to go find a woman to bring her back to America? Like I said in the beginning of the video, when I can go to her country and I can go from living in the lower rung of the middle class and straight to the upper middle class, if not the top 10% of wealth in her country, right? If she's living in the lower rung of the middle class, which is nowhere near equivalent to any first world country, Anglophone first world country, right? The middle class in her country or the poverty line in her country is still below the poverty line in America. So if I can meet that same woman and upgrade her life by 3 to 4 levels, why would she want to go to America to be right back into the poverty level? Because again, you think she's gonna move to America, get a green card, leave me, and now her life is perfect? She doesn't have a job. Her English isn't good. So unless she's gonna depend on a man to take care of her, like, come on. You see, they're not thinking shit through because that's what they would do. I mean, I'm not saying that kind of stuff never happened to dudes before, but A woman has to have a very well thought out plan. You just show up in the country with a green card. Okay, then what? Where are you gonna live until you meet somebody that you can leech off of? You're stuck with that individual who brought you to the country. Anyways, that's what they'll do. Anyways, black man, I'm out. Peace.